You're in the Scare Pants Zone.
Sorry.
Keep watching the SpongeBob Halloween Marathon on Nick.
This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. An attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected, and that protective actions should be taken immediately. Approximately 45 ballistic missiles are believed to be carrying nuclear warheads, which have been detected by the North American Aerospace Defense Command radar, originating from Russia. A nuclear weapon is a device that uses a nuclear reaction to create an explosion. The following byproducts that come with a nuclear explosion are as follows. First and foremost, a bright flash will immediately follow the explosion, which can cause temporary blindness for less than a minute when looking directly at the explosion. Second, a blast wave will occur, resulting in death and/or injury along with damage to structures several miles out from the blast. Third, radiation will spread hundreds of miles from the initial blast site, which can damage cells of the body. Fourth, fire and heat will continue to spread around the mushroom cloud, which can cause death, burn injuries, and damage to structures several miles out. Furthermore, electromagnetic pulses can damage electronics several miles out from the detonation and cause temporary disruptions further out. Finally, prolonged exposure to fallout, which is very widespread, can cause radiation sickness. Fallout is most dangerous in the first few hours after the detonation when it is giving off the highest levels of radiation, often more than 15 minutes for areas outside of the immediate blast damage zones. This is enough time for you to be able to prevent significant radiation exposure by following these simple steps. Get inside the nearest building and move away from windows. This will help provide protection from the blast, heat, and radiation at the detonation. If you're outdoors, take cover from the blast behind anything that might offer protection. Lie face down to protect exposed skin from the heat.
KEC 94 will be up shortly.
This is an emergency action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants will follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national level emergency. The President of the United States or his representative will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is 102.5 Nix FM. We will continue to serve the Phoenix area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune the stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Phoenix area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. Esta es una notificación de acción de emergencia. Todas las estaciones de transmisión y sistemas de cable deberán transmitir este mensaje de notificación de acción de emergencia. Esta emisora ha interrumpido su programación habitual de petición de la Casa Blanca para participar en el sistema de alerta de emergencia. Durante esta emergencia, la mayoría de las estaciones permanecerán al aire brindando noticias e información al público en las áreas asignadas. Esto es 102.5 Nix FM. Continuaremos prestando servicios en el área de Phoenix. Si no se encuentra en esta área local, debe sintonizar las estaciones que brinden noticias e información para su área local. Está escuchando el sistema de alerta de emergencia que presta servicio en el área de Phoenix. No utilices tu teléfono. Las líneas telefónicas deben mantenerse abiertas para el uso de emergencia.
We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is 102.5 KNIX-FM. This station will continue furnishing news, official information, and instructions for the Phoenix area. If you are not in the Phoenix area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your area. It is important that you listen carefully to announcements from the station in your local area. Interrumpimos nuestra programación a petición de la Casa Blanca. Este es el sistema de alerta de emergencia. Toda la programación normal ha sido descontinuada durante esta emergencia. Esto es 102.5 Nix FM. Esta estación continuará brindando noticias, información oficial e instrucciones para el área de Phoenix. Si no se encuentra en el área de Phoenix, debe sintonizar las estaciones que brinden noticias e información de su área. Es importante que escuche atentamente los anuncios de la estación de su área local. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the
The following announcement has been given authorization for release or priority at the request of the House of Representatives, the President, the Department of Homeland Security, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, and the Federal Communications Commission. Wherever you are, seek a fallout shelter immediately. This includes Alaska and Hawaii. This is an attack warning. I repeat, this is an attack warning. An attack warning means that an actual attack has been detected and that immediate action should be taken to protect life and property. At approximately 3:05 a.m. Central Time, recent observations by NORAD have indicated that over 30 nuclear warheads have been sighted in the skies of the United States, believed to have originated from Russia. The following cities that will be directly hit include, in the state of Nebraska, Lincoln and Omaha. In the state of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. In the state of Illinois, Bloomington, Peoria, Rockford, and Lincoln. In the state of Minnesota, Minneapolis. In the state of Michigan, Detroit and Lansing. In the state of Georgia, Atlanta. In the state of Missouri, Kansas City and St. Louis. In the state of Texas, Laredo, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and Austin. Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, and Tulsa. In the state of Colorado, Denver. In the state of Kentucky, Louisville. In the state of Tennessee, Nashville. In the state of Arkansas, Little Rock. In the state of Louisiana, Shreveport and New Orleans. In the state of Montana, West Yellowstone. In the state of Rhode Island, Providence. In the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. In the state of Virginia, Fairfax. In the state of Maine, Augusta. In the state of Ohio, Fairfield. In the state of New York, Metropolitan New York. In the state of North Carolina, Raleigh and Columbia. In the state of California, San Diego and Los Angeles. In the state of Massachusetts, Boston and Salem. In the state of Maryland, Baltimore. In the state of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And finally, in the state of New Jersey, Trenton. If you are in the mentioned area, you must seek a fallout shelter immediately. During impact, significant property damage will occur within 200 miles of the vicinity, and a radius of approximately 100 miles from impact will be experiencing major fallout. Fallout is an extremely dangerous, profound byproduct of nuclear attacks. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in abysmal injury, such as contracting leukemia, cancer, or certain death. If you are currently hearing an air raid siren within your area, you must seek a fallout shelter now. If you do not have a fallout shelter near you, local law enforcement will escort you to one. If you wish to shelter in place inside your home, go to the most interior rooms, such as a basement or closet, and place as many objects between you and the outside as possible. Once the missile impacts, do not look at the explosion. Repeating, do not look at the explosion. Failure to do so at your peril. Looking at the explosion can cause temporary blindness. And most importantly, do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. As demonstrated multiple times, panicking will only make the situation worse. We will now broadcast a message from the President of the United States. Please stand by. Please stand by.
My fellow Americans, today I address you with a heavy heart and unwavering resolve. Earlier this morning, our nation was struck by a bombardment of several nuclear attacks across the country. Consequence of escalating tensions with Russia. This is a moment of profound gravity and unprecedented challenge for all of us as we speak. First and foremost, I want to assure every American that our government is taking immediate and comprehensive actions to respond to this crisis. Our first priority is the safety and security of all of our citizens. Emergency response teams have been deployed to the affected areas, and we are coordinating with state and local authorities to provide necessary aid and support. We are enacting evacuation procedures funded by FEMA to get citizens out of the targeted areas in major cities. This attack is not just an assault on our nation, but on our principles of peace and democracy that we hold dear. We stand firm in our commitment to defend our country and our allies against any threat. Our military, intelligence, and diplomatic efforts are fully engaged in protecting our nation and ensuring that those responsible for this heinous act are held accountable. I call upon each of you to remain calm and united in the face of this adversity. We are resilient people, and we will overcome this challenge together. I implore you to follow the guidance of local officials and emergency services and to reach out to help your neighbors and communities in this time of need. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families as we mourn this tragedy that is currently taking place. Let us also find strength in our shared values and determination to build a safer and more secure future for all Americans. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America.
That was a message from the President of the United States. 102.5 KNIX-FM will now be signing off the air. May God be with you all. Este fue un mensaje del presidente de los Estados Unidos. 102.5 KNIX-FM se despedirá del aire. Que su Dios religioso esté con todos ustedes.
Your attention, please. This is the Alberta Emergency Public Warning System. The following emergency bulletin may affect your area. Listen carefully.
The Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen J. Harper, has activated the National Public Warning System and has requested that this be broadcast over television stations across the country due to a potentially global crisis occurring across North America. Approximately 45 ballistic nuclear missiles have been detected by NORAD. These missiles are believed to be originating from Russia, and due to escalating tensions with both countries, Russia has unfortunately retaliated by deploying nuclear missiles which are projected to impact portions of the continental United States. The Prime Minister has issued this alert due to the possibility of radiation spreading toward the Canadian border. Ontario may be the most affected as lethal radiation spreads northeast towards our country. As a result, a state of emergency has been declared, and reception shelters have been set up along and north of the 49th parallel. Please remember to present your identification documents to be admitted, especially if you have a child or infant. If you possess illegal contrabands, you will not be admitted. Contraflow has been activated along Ontario Highway 401 to reduce traffic jams and allow for efficient travel northbound. The U.S. Border Patrol will allow American evacuees, and all Americans will be welcome after presenting a valid passport. These reception shelters close to the U.S.-Canada border will be temporary, as they will be moved further north in less than 24 hours due to the possibility of the Yellowstone caldera erupting, as one nuclear missile has been found to be on a direct collision course with Yellowstone National Park, USA. If you are disabled, please contact the Royal Canadian Mounted Police at 780-939-4520 and press 1 for assistance in relocating to the nearest reception shelter. Press 2 if you require additional information on this event, and press 3 for immediate survival tips. After 24 hours have passed, those residing in reception shelters will be closed and will be transported via bus to the nearest government shelter. Disabled individuals and veterans will be transported via helicopter. Please visit www.canada.ca/reception-shelters and type in your current location to find out where the nearest reception shelter is located near you.
This emergency warning message has been broadcast for your safety. If your area is affected, take all necessary precautions and listen to any local radio, television, or cable outlet for further updates. Do not use your telephone for the duration of this emergency.
The following message has been given authorization for release on behalf of the United States government and the United States Geological Survey. Please do not turn off your device as these instructions may be imperative for your survival. At approximately 2:30 a.m. Mountain Time, the United States Geological Survey in conjunction with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration has detected a large and destructive volcano about to erupt in 1 hour due to a preliminary magnitude 9.5 on the Richter scale occurring near the Yellowstone National Park, and its epicenter is at the Yellowstone caldera, or 44.4123 degrees north, and 110.7232 degrees west, according to satellite imagery. This earthquake has occurred in relation to the nuclear attacks that have originated from Russia. This volcano is known to be the Yellowstone supervolcano, which has been showing signs of potential eruption in the past 2 hours. This supervolcano is anticipated to devastate the entire state of Wyoming in the next hour. States such as Idaho, Montana, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma are predicted to be plunged in significant ashfall, which blocks the sunlight from projecting onto Earth. When the supervolcano erupts, it may send 25 kilometers of hazardous particles into the atmosphere, which will cause many crop failures leading to deaths and casualties. Photosynthesis end is now inevitable. Seismologists heavily speculate that this is a VEI-2 eruption. A VEI-2 eruption means that a possible end of the world scenario may occur within a 10.8% chance is imminent. In addition, it also has the potential to release biological hazards such as acidic rainfall, which will result in certain death due to prolonged exposure. This is an extremely dangerous situation that should be taken in a serious manner and cannot be ignored. All residents in the United States receiving this message are strongly encouraged to seek the nearest large underground shelter if you haven't already. Continue to preserve food and water. Only use one vehicle for travel if absolutely necessary. In addition, reception centers funded by the Red Cross are also set up around the affected communities for evacuees with no other place to go, if they haven't already been affected by radiation as nuclear winter continues to affect the Earth indefinitely. Please remember to stay calm and do not panic. As demonstrated multiple times, panicking will only make the situation worse. It is still unknown what caused the Yellowstone eruption, but if you are still indoors, continue to shelter in place. Make sure you have turned off all ventilation units and locked all windows and doors. Stay tuned for more updates via commercial radio and television outlets for more information on this dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not hesitate. Take action to protect your life. All normal programming will continue to cease all operations.
In the new web game, Clarence Saves the Day, meet up with Jeff
and Sumo
and test your skills at arcade games.
Can I play with you guys?
Go online to play the new game, Clarence Saves the Day. Clarence.
New episodes, Monday nights at 7.
Your attention, please. This is the Alberta Emergency Public Warning System. The following emergency bulletin may affect your area. Listen carefully.
Environment Canada has issued a tsunami warning for the western coastal areas of British Columbia, including the following localities: Vancouver, North Vancouver, and Victoria. This is a result of a 10.3 earthquake with its epicenter located at the North Pacific Ocean, or 48.232471 degrees north, and minus 131.482038 degrees west due to a nuclear missile that impacted the area at 3:07 a.m. local time. If a tsunami wave is generated, it is expected to arrive at the vicinity of Vancouver Bay shore at 3:30 a.m. this morning. A tsunami warning means that a tsunami is imminent and the coastal locations in the warned area should prepare for flooding. Environment Canada is updating hourly or as conditions warrant. This concludes this activation of the Emergency Public Warning System.
This emergency warning message has been broadcast for your safety. If your area is affected, take all necessary precautions and listen to any local radio, television, or cable outlet for further updates. Do not use your telephone for the duration of this emergency.
LifeWorks playsets come with dolls, each sold separately. Batteries not included.
Hey, hi, diary entry 1, I guess. Hopefully I won't have to make more than one. Hopefully this whole thing just blows over, but this is entry 1. A few days ago, this warning was sent out. Something about nuclear missiles and Russia and God, just the most... I don't want to say unexpected. It's not unexpected. Everyone has that thought at the back of their mind, right? Like one day something like this is gonna happen to you and it's gonna be some big historical event and you'll get to witness it. Yeah, I used to think that would be, like, kind of cool. Anyways, it's been about a day since I shut myself in I grabbed everything I could think to grab, all the stuff that the TV shows and the warnings tell you you'll want to have with you. It still... Somehow it still doesn't feel like it was enough. What the fuck?
This is an urgent public safety message issued by the Early Earthquake Warning System at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drop, cover, and hold on. Seismologists have discovered a dangerous and life-threatening earthquake that occurred at 11:59 a.m. near the New York-Alabama lineament with a preliminary magnitude 9.5 measured on the Richter scale. Drop, cover, and hold on. The specific locations that will experience shake near the epicenter include Metro New York, Albany, Northeast New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Southwest Massachusetts, Eastern Pennsylvania, and Northeast Delaware. All residents in the warned area that are receiving this message, drop, cover, and hold on. If you are inside, seek refuge under a sturdy piece of furniture such as a table immediately, in case the building you are currently in collapses upon you. Stay away from any windows or objects that are made of glass. Cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from potential injury or death. If you are outside, drop and cover to the nearest sturdy and resilient wall that is away from windows to protect yourself from any debris. Bend over to protect your internal organs. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Expect aftershock hours or even days after the main earthquake. If precautions are not taken, you may face abysmal injury or possibly death. An earthquake warning means that an earthquake is imminent or occurring. Repeating, drop, cover, and hold on.
You're kidding me! God damn it, if a nuclear missile wasn't enough earthquakes? Under a table, that's what they say. Right, under a table. A coffee table. A coffee table, oh my god, I've never been so glad to own a coffee table. Shit, I won't fit under that. Shit. I'm out of time, I'm out of f***ing time.
A national emergency action termination has been issued for the city of Washington, effective until 10:25 p.m.
This is a test of the Iowa Emergency Alert System. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. This concludes this test of the Iowa EAS.
For playing indoors. Squishy sand sticks together, so cleanup is fast and easy. With Squishy Sand, you and your friends can make anything. Squishy Sand.